Well, James, I don't know if we're live yet, but I'm being told by the drivers that there will be rain in the race, but it's going to be late race.
Yeah, we are now live. So,
Okay.
oh, yeah, I've just seen as well. Just
They were
waiting.
like praising the rain gods and everything. Ooh, it's going out on track. That is
Alright,
LSR.
there we go. So, hello and welcome to LSR, where we are here today at Belgium for round 4 of season 3. Today I am joined by Speedy. Just
Hello.
gonna call you that.
Yeah, that's fine. I usually get called Speedy because calling me Speedy Gunner 45 is just unawkward. It's just awkward.
Yeah, it can be very awkward. And hello, Zyke. I see you in the comments already, asking
Of
for
course it
me.
is.
I've got like a little fan group or something about me. I don't know what it is about, but yeah. So hello, Zyke. So we've also heard that there's gonna be rain coming
But it's
soon
late.
or
It's
late.
late in
Oh,
the race.
late
That's
rain. Ooh, that should make things very interesting for the end of the race then. As we have D-Wood getting ready for his first lap and Husky right behind him.
I am watching Diwu right now. I was calling him DLR.
Yeah, um, I'm not sure, but maybe it's just me that isn't a picture. I think that might be you. Right, we'll watch D-Wood as he goes up Rouge and Valion for the first time tonight. And it won't be the last for him, luckily, for quali. Wing is wide open. First sector is going to be a 30.2. Quite quick for him. And quite a good first sector. Oh, there we go. I had to sort out something on my laptop then.
Just promoting stuff.
They would lovely into... Can't remember what the corner is now again.
So
Yeah.
Jonah's saying that there's apparently a black screen on the stream.
A black screen. Okay.
I'll check it real quick.
Because on my laptop I've got the stream going on, as I've just seen they would make a little bit of a little bit of spin almost. That's going to compromise him.
Also, for some reason, I'm unable to comment on the stream.
Zayak or anyone who is here, can you update me on the stream? Because my end
It's
it's
not a
fine.
black screen because I'm looking at it right now. Like there's no black where it's not supposed to be, so it might just be on Jonah's end. But I am unable to comment on the stream.
Ah, okay. This is Jonah. Hello. Black screen was only me. Sorry about. That's all good. Hello, Jonah as well. As we see, they would put in a 44.3 as Mango then goes and sets a 43.1. Ooh. As we
Ooh,
see
that is
Tom 44.4. That's a Vapor just putting in 45.1.
okay. Now I'm able to check.
Ickle has not got a front wing. So,
Has he lost his front wing? Really?
yeah, somehow as wow. Okay, that's an even quicker lap.
I'm told by a lot of drivers that's very common for him. So
As Sev goes and puts in a 142.9, like a second quicker than. Oh no, two tenths quicker, not a second.
well, it may look like a second, but I can assure you that it isn't.
Who else is on a good lap here then? Got Alexis Beast coming up for the final section now.
NYR's out on his lap. Why is this on mini map? I put it on full map. So there's a couple caution flags in a couple of sectors.
Yeah, I'm seeing quite a few cars just slowing down just to have that bit of space as Alexis Beast goes and puts it in 7th. 2.9 seconds off.
But wait, oh, there we go.
Someone having to get out of the way very quickly there, out of the way of Yuki, who is, by the way, Tano.
So NYR coming through the final chicane. He is going to go P3 with a 144.316.
Tano is going
from the Ferrari.
Yeah, Tano's Zayak is on his outlap.
So he's just warming up for tires right now.
Tano around the final chicane and now to put in a 143.7, I believe. No, 143.5.
I don't see either of those two. Oh,
so he's close to his teammate at least.
I was confused because I was looking at the 144s for a second.
As King David abandons his lap and pits, we have the only other person to not do a lap is Zayak at the moment, and he is coming around the final section now.
I cannot get this water bottle open. There we go.
Oh, he's going. Oh no, thought he was going to abandon his lap then, but no, he's going to go for his lap. We'll watch on board with Zayak.
He took the corner a little wide to gain a little bit of speed.
Yeah, a little bit of speed can always just give you that little tenth up.
Maybe he watched the Nico Rosberg tutorial at Spa.
Yeah, probably did. As he's had a nice line through over Rouge Valley and up through the Kemmel Straight is going to be purple in Sector 1, a 29.8 for Sector 1. Very, very quick. Sector 2 is going to be looking to be like a good one if he carries his pace with him all the way through. He doesn't have any traffic, so he doesn't have to worry.
And as long as he can keep the car on track, not go off.
Oh,
and he invalidates.
As you're saying it.
Commentator's curse.
It always hits here. You'll always see it somewhere happening.
Oh, that's just a pain. He probably could have got onto pole with that lap as well.
Yeah, it was looking one of the quicker laps. Is he gonna pit or is he gonna... No, he's gonna carry on. So, don't know what he'll try and do here, but he was gonna do a 143.9, which would have put him in P4.
Well, I am sorry about the commentator's curse, Zayak.
It hits you just at the most unexpected time sometimes, but he doesn't seem to look like go for another run, as his first sector is
He
slower.
doesn't quite have the fuel or ERS because his fuel light is currently blinking.
Oh, so yeah, my downfall sucks at Puon, says Zayek, so
Sorry, Zayek. uh, you
a
know what,
corner's tricky to do though.
let's watch King David as he's going out on his lap.
As I'm on board with Mango, who is currently a 10th up on his best time.
If he gets
So
another
whether,
10th, he could overtake Sevlefleur.
yeah, coming out of
Or
the final chicane and now nice and easy for him. Power early is gonna do a 143.0.
143.004.
So it's very, very close for them.
Yeah. I'm just watching King David. He's the other Red Bull right now. As he goes off, but it's not an invalidation.
I just
There's
saw
a
that.
Yeah, there's a couple parts on a couple tracks, like Japan Spoon Corner, where you
Yeah,
can go wide without getting an invalidation.
because you can do it at Silverstone at Cops as well. As King David has
Yeah,
done a purple sector too.
maybe using that I guess track limits glitch to his advantage. I think he'll get up into the top 5 here. That's my guess.
I'm going to say about top 7, but this lap will be looking like a top 5 for King David
There
at
we go.
144.2.
He's a 10th, pretty much a 10th quicker than NYR.
Zayek also says 0-3 wings.
Oh, oh.
The
And
pace
his
is there,
teammate,
the downforce isn't.
Eko Beko, now on his outlap, he gets the Name of the Year award from me.
I've never seen a name like Ickle Bickle. It just rolls on your tongue.
But he's on his outlap right behind his teammate. If he can get his teammate to stay out for another lap, he may be able to get DRS pull from his own teammate, and then have his teammate go wide
Oh,
later on.
Asterix has spun it and is just sitting there at the end of Sector 2.
Yeah, he is getting going again. It seems that he's clear. But here comes the Red Bull duo right behind him. Alexis now on an outlap. Zayek on an outlap.
It's a very
The
long lap as well, so
Yep.
I can't
As
see
well
how many
as
minutes left though.
we have. I saw it before, but yeah, it was around 8 or 6 minutes before. But there's a constant yellow in sector 2. It's because of who is that? Is that Sevla? I believe it is
No,
Sevla.
it is Eat My Dust. Going
He's
very
out of
slowly.
fuel.
That would explain. As he's
Be
got
careful,
Zayek
drivers.
fastly approaching. Oh, very close there, Zayek.
Zayek getting ready to go out on his lap here. He wants to improve after invalidating Impuan.
Leewood is up on his time as well, so
I will be on board with Zayek. I'm assuming you're on board with Diwu, and I guess
yep.
we're going to give commentary over each other.
I mean, he's getting into the second sector now, nicely, not going over the white line, so
We have we
perfect
have
for
2
him.
minutes 30 left, by the way.
2 minute 30, so this might be your last chance as a lap, because this
Zayek
lap, as D would just spun it.
Zayek first or fastest first sector. Going quick into sector 2. I need to pull up a track map because I don't remember any of these corners. Google.
I'm the same, I just call them numbers.
I
Pretty
don't
sure
even
the,
remember
for
I don't even
Q1, he's
remember the
gonna
numbers.
stick it, he's not gonna go off the track this time. Husky retires in the pit lane, I think. But Zayek has got further than he has last time around, so that's good for him. He's gonna do a
Okay, so
he's 1 minute
I
15.8 in the second
I
sector.
I have gotten a map as he's going through Blanchimont. I believe
Blanchimont,
that's how you. Thank you.
and then the
And
bus
now
stop
he is
chicane.
reaching a corner that is just titled chicane.
Oh, it's normally called the bus stop chicane. As
It
Zayek
does.
comes to the line and does a 1:44.1, so puts him in P6, and that might be his last lap.
Well, unless he thinks he can get ERS or if he put more fuel in, but I don't think he did. As we have another constant caution. Thank you to the Mercedes that is retiring. That is Acid.
As we also have
Yes.
Alexis Beast who spun it as well at the end of Sector 2 again. Another one
Where
spinning there.
is... I keep losing my PS4 controller trying to scroll through everything because I have a water bottle, a phone, and a PS4 controller that I'm trying to keep manage of.
As Not So Vapor is a 10th up on his lap time at the moment, so he is looking to go for another run here now.
Alexis won't have the ERS to really do anything.
Well, we've got
They're going
2
to try, but...
seconds to cross the line, and Ikubiku and NYR and Danny are finished. Same with Tom as well, so that is their qualifying over.
Just Alexis going straight off the track.
As Zayek has also spun it, and I think a Mercedes McLaren. Not too sure what happened there.
That would be Tenno that spun it, as he's also invalidated.
As Zayek has spun it again, but Not So Vapor is 4 tenths up on his lap time at the moment. We'll go on board with him for the last part of this lap.
And I'm on board with you as well. So he goes into
Through the
the
bus
final
stop
chicane.
chicane. Oh, not what you want on the
Oh,
last corner.
no. And it's not going to be an improvement, really. And it's all
Ouch.
because of that one twitch on the rear end. That just shows how tightly packed this grid is. One
Asterix is the
small
next
twitch.
person to cross the line as well now. He's 4 tenths up on his lap as well. He's not gone much quicker than almost a tenth. So he's still P15.
Well, this is definitely going to be interesting as Mango and Sève La Fleur both on
Sève
the
La
lap
Fleur.
time. Sève La Fleur sets a 142.843 for pole position. No one's going to beat him because Zayek and King David are both in the pits. So
And
we're going to have to wait for them.
that'll be qualifying over then for everyone. So
The top 10. Let's see this in a second. You'll have Fleur in P1, followed by Mango on the second row. Ickle Bickle third with a great improvement. Tano fourth, followed by, I'm going to call him Tom. Then Zayek, Vacant, Acid, David, and NYR. That is your top 10 for the LSR Spa GP, whatever you want to call this.
The Belgium Grand Prix, the Spa Grand Prix, or whatever. Don't know what other names you could go with this Grand Prix. But we will get to the race in just a moment with Formation Lap as well.
Well, I'm going through the Group 1 chat and just looking at Zayek's lovely quote about Puan.
As it's a very nice, clear day, so we will have to see when this rain will come.
Supposed to be rain later on. That's what we've been told. Hang on. I'm going to check if I even got you any viewers with my advertising in like 15 different servers.
So, Formation Lap should start in about 7 seconds.
Now, there is a glitch with the Formation Lap, but it doesn't always happen. It's like a 50% chance.
Yeah. Or we're gonna get... Oh, no. Okay, so Formation Lap is on, so we will go down the grid and we will see people's tyres.
So, where is my controller again?
As we see Sevilla Flare on the hards, Mango using the mediums.
Then you got Ickle and Zayek also following along with Sevilla Fleur on the hards. Then Tano and Tom on the mediums.
And then we've got a weird one here.
Yeah, Acid on the softs. That's a little confusing.
Whether the rain's going to come in that quickly, or...
I assume that's what he's hoping on.
Because we all know this game, and it can never be right.
Yeah, I know that especially.
I've had it happen to me a few times where it says rain in about 10 minutes. Rain has never come for a whole hour.
So I was doing that race, and it was around Brazil, and Mark said it was going to dry up, and it never did. So I ended up staying out on the inters for like 5 extra laps that I needed to be on the inters for, throwing away a podium. Funny thing is, I was also in the Ferrari, so.
Zayek, can you give us an update when the rain is coming? Because I know you'll be, like, in here a lot. And if you do crash, you'll be in here quite a bit anyway. Like, when is this rain going to come? That's, yeah, a big question we all need. As we see, everyone is going up ahead, but a lot of people slowing down.
Big gap between the rest of the field that was there between Zayek and Vacant.
Yeah, they seem to have swapped positions because he probably had spun.
Most likely.
As
they
everyone
all are lining up to the grid, will anyone be completely sideways? I've seen that many times before.
There's Tano disqualified.
Tano
Zayek.
And it
Danny.
looked like for a second that the Alfa Tauri in the back, Alexis, was going to go completely sideways. I've done that before, and it's not a good idea.
as we have 5 lights out, and away we go for the Belgium Grand Prix, as we see Vacant get a really good start from the back, and contact with the Williams. Tom is
What?
around, almost hitting the wall there.
Yeah, let's see. He is falling back, but he's still got the car together.
Tano and Nickel are almost going side by side as well through Eau Rouge.
And Mango and Sèvres Le Fleur still side by side. Tano now trying to chase after Sèvres Le Fleur.
We've got a 3-wide situation as both Red Bulls have taken each other out.
Yeah, I saw that, and it's 4 wide for a second there.
4 wide does not work
spin.
as Tom also spins again. Oh.
So it's Tom, King, and Ickle all at the back. Husky, wasn't he Group 2 before?
Yeah, I believe so. He's been put up into Group 1 now, so.
Well, he's doing okay. Let's check the good old position change menu. Where is it? Husky spinning. Commentator's curse happening once again. I'm sorry, Husky.
It's always going to happen here.
Curse today.
As Alexis Beast is up 10 positions already in 1 lap. So he's gone from last. Wow. That first lap collision with his teammate is never gonna be good for him. So he will have to come back and attack. As Mango obviously does the fastest lap and is pulling away already with a gap 1.4 seconds from his teammate, who is being attacked.
Trying to pull away from Sèvres Le Fleur.
Sev
I'm watching Husky, not
Sev is going to have the run up through Erosion Radion. He will have a slipstream, but will he have the pace to get by?
Not this time, but next time there will be DRS, so look out for a possible Daniel Kvyat move into, what turn is this again?
As Icklebickle has spun it at Radion. So our first spin there of the race.
And Vacant came in for pit. He might have had damage, but next lap we could see possibly a Daniel Kvyat from Sèvres Le Fleur into turn 5. Right after the Camel straight into Le Combes.
That'll be a nice little overtake for him, as he does not want to be behind Tano for much longer than he should have to.
And here comes Acid on the sauce. He's up from P8, I believe, is where he started. And he's catching Sev.
As we have Alexis Beast, Zayak, and D-Wood all fighting for P7, as my voice was about to go then.
D-Wood still close. He might look for a dive bomb here on Zayak. He's not going to be able to make it stick.
Zayak's going to try the switch back.
Yeah, he tried around the outside of Alexis, then tried around the inside, then tried around the inside again. Alexis way defensive to the inside. That was way too harsh for the move. And that's pretty much going to give Zayak. But that could have been also strategical for DRS.
It is going to be strategical because DRS zone is not at turn 1, and it's closer to Eau Rouge than anything, as Alexis Beast now has DRS on Zayak and just breezes past the Ferrari.
So now Alexis back up to P7, and NYR starting to get
as he's
them
just
as
spun
Alexis
it.
goes around.
After a nice move on Zayak, he's lost the rear end. So Zayak is back up in that position again.
I'm unable to see the tire temps because sometimes you can see them on the steering wheel. I've noticed that. Danny now starting to attempt to catch his teammate, Diwu.
Dewood is going to try and go on the attack for P7 after gaining 3 positions from the race start. So hopefully he can make the move on Zayek.
And look at this.
As he gets a 3-second time penalty.
I was about to say, look at Sebs Lafleur. He's starting to catch Tano. He's gonna have DRS. Tano will not, as he's outside the 1 second. But Acid also close behind, only behind by about 7/10. As Tano has a slight twitch on the rear end coming out of Rouge.
Nice and easy move for Sevlaflare, I will say. No, he's going to back out of this and wait until the next lap, maybe.
It might be a little smarter, though, as...
Yuki has a little bit of a twitch. And Tano's all over the back of him now, trying to get by.
And, oh, Husky, 3-second time penalty, multiple warnings. But, Sevlafleur is closing up to Tano, but you can't leave out the Mercedes of Acid Masters. He's on the softs, but he knows there's going to be rain on the way, and he might be predicting it to come more early than Mark may say it is.
And he is only 6/10 off the back of these two in front of him. So if he just stays close, as we have D-Wood losing control and is out of the race. So we have a safety car on lap 4.
And it is a full safety car, as everyone is forced to brake because of how the game
we
is.
have a standstill.
Yeah,
Mango is now... This is all confusion here, as for some reason... Oh. Acid Masters was on track for me.
He was not. He was on the leaderboard, but not on track actually. But yeah, the safety car in this game requires you to come to a pretty much full stop for about 4 seconds. It is really annoying, and it's caused incidents before.
Yeah, so Acid Masters has pitted for the mediums. So we'll also see who has stopped. Not so Vapor has stopped. And he is now on fresh softs.
Wow. Look at how the conditions look. It looks like we could have rain in the next 5-10 laps. Because the skies are getting pretty dark right now.
Will we see early rain and early drama?
Possibly.
As we also have Tom, who's pitted on for hards, Alexis Beast hards. King David has opted for the softs. Vacant is on the hards as well. Ickle on the mediums, and Husky is on the softs. So Mango's lead has now been cut very, very close now due to D-Wood spinning out and crashing, causing the safety car to happen on lap 4. So once the pack is all bunched up together, the safety car will leave, and
which it may not be this lap. But I have seen the safety car come in the final corner. So it could be, for all we know.
Sometimes it's very weird how the game works.
It's run by EA. What else do you gotta say?
Yeah.
But it most likely will not be coming in this lap.
and will be
Although if
coming
it,
in next lap, I will guess.
although if it did, Husky still would have been able to catch up to the field.
We'll just have to wait for one more lap until we go racing. Zayek, if you are still here, can we have a weather update?
Well, he told us that it would be a mid to late.
Because by looking at the
So,
clouds, it looks like it's almost here.
well, as of recent years, Spa's definitely been known for big rainstorms. So, could we possibly see an even bigger rainstorm this time around? Maybe
Possibly,
causing
and
a big incident in a
I
roof?
see rain. It's raining right now.
Oh,
So
really?
we have rain now. So not mid to late rain, early rain and early drama.
Well, unless it's gonna go back to dries later on, this could completely turn upside down the whole table, because there's a couple drivers praying for rain, one of those being Alexis, one of the quicker drivers today, who earlier gained 10 positions but then had a spin.
Oh, yeah, that's a lot of rain because the track is already damp by the looks of it. Well, on my screen it's damp.
Yes, so they may wanna opt for the full wets, because this rain is looking like it's going to be full rain for the remainder of the race.
There's a few
Just
drivers
like
going
we
very
saw
wide.
before.
Yeah, this is very Spa 2021 vibes, almost, I will have to say. Because that track is very wet, as we have Mango
Oh,
spinning out.
Mango!
And resetting to a track. No, why did you do that? Oh. So, Tano is now the leader. And we have huge sprays right now.
Yeah,
But
all of
the
them are
rain
gonna have to
is...
come into the pits.
It is pouring it down now. So this can get very interesting to see who pits, who doesn't. Because Mango has now got wing damage. But Tano
Yeah,
is his teammate.
Mango's going to have to come into the pits for his wing damage. He has no choice. Unless he doesn't want to stay competitive in this.
As Tano... What's Tano going to do? This is very important. As he almost spins it, but he's coming into the pits anyway. But he's lost 2 positions due to that spin, as pretty much everyone does indeed pit. So not the best
So
time for a safety car, as Ikobiko has spun it as well.
it's telling
So the
me
only
that
person who hasn't
staying out
pitted,
is Acid. Is
round of
he
applause to
possibly?
you.
He may be pulling a Lando Norris Sochi.
This, as he goes skating over the curbs of turn 1 as I watch the stream back. He doesn't spin here, so he's good. But will that time come down dramatically?
Most likely, because these guys should be going on to, let's see
Oh,
here, I
he's
believe
gone
full
very wide.
wets. No, the only person on full wets is Zayek. The rest are on intermediates.
Oh, wow. So is Zayek hoping for the
As
rain
not,
to come down harder? As
well,
Acid
I believe
Masters
it
is
will,
struggling.
but
As this
not
rain
Sir
just keeps beating
Vapor.
down.
Not Sir Vapor. How big was that penalty? I missed it.
3 seconds. As I'm also going to point out, Seventh Flare is now leading the race with Tano down in 11th position, so he's gained. But Tano
This
and
is.
Mango have lost.
There's also something really bad for NYR. He has a drive-through penalty.
Oof. He will have to do that within 3 laps of racing time, so this lap possibly. As we're going to
As
carry
all,
on watching Acid because Well
And it
done
was
to him.
wasn't it Zayek that said he was running 0-3 wings?
Yep.
Oh, that is going to be something in the wet. But
He's very cautious through Belgium 1, so as Seven Flare has caught up with the Acid Masters, as he's lost turn 1, but he's going to pit anyway. Not turn 1, the last turn. As
as
not
Alexis
so.
also
No,
getting a 3-second penalty.
NYR pits for his
Drive
drive-through
through.
penalty.
This has definitely been a very chaotic Belgian GP.
As
And I'm
Alexis
not
beats
sure if it's
goes.
just my eyes, but it looks like... I'm pretty sure it is just my eyes, but it looked like for a second there, the rain just completely stopped. Alexis does go off the track as I'm watching back on
Oh!
the stream.
I thought he went into the wall then because he just cut away from the camera as Zayek has retired. He has crashed at Radion. So
Ooh,
our first person to
not a,
crash at Radion is
not a good
Zayek.
day for the Ferraris.
As we have another safety car. So Seven Flair's gap of 6.3 will be dropped down.
Well, James, you said Zayek was going to most likely end up in the chat wrecked out. So
Yeah,
here he comes.
he's always in the chat after the race or either in the race because he's retired. But I feel
Acid
sorry
Masters,
for
though,
him.
this is definitely going to help him back up through the grid. But the only person on full wets out of the race now.
May not have been the right choice because but it does look even heavier now.
Although looking at it from your screen, it looks like it's pouring, like looking at it from the stream, I don't know if it's just YouTube being YouTube, but it looks like it's light cloud, but it's pouring rain.
It does actually look like that. As NYR gets another drive-through.
Speeding on the safety car again.
Wow. So two
This is...
drive-throughs. Ouch.
He is definitely struggling. This is just not a good day for Ferrari. As Eat My Dust, 3-second time penalty, multiple warnings.
A few people with quite a few penalties already, as we see several of our catch up to the safety car now, as we've just started lap 9. Very long lap as well, so as the
I'm just
rain is
waiting
getting
off this
heavier.
restart. I'm waiting for off this restart that it's just gonna be death into Rouge and Radion.
Oh, this is gonna be, yeah.
You know what? My guess for the person to win this, I don't actually know.
I want to say Seb Leclerc. He's the quickest driver there. Tano is not there. He's in P7. He will have to come back. Mango P14.
Well, he had wing damage and had to double stack with his own teammate. So he is 7 positions behind his own teammate.
As Yuki is mad because he lost 10 positions because of the game. And as normal, because the game is annoying, it doesn't like people sometimes. As we see Eat My Dust also spin out and lose 2 positions. So Mango is up 1 position.
I have to open both the YouTube stream and Discord at the same time. But I definitely can see that a lot of drivers are pretty angry with the game. This is why we don't put EA in charge of sports games anymore. Or, well,
Well,
racing
I
games, I
hope
should
so
say.
anyway. As the safety car, it's not coming in this lap. I thought it was because the lights looked like they were off for a second, but they are not. So we'll have one more lap under safety car, I believe, as we had a second safety car because of Zayat crashing
Another
out at ready on.
another spin though, which
Who
did it.
spun?
Well, you said D Wood spun earlier and wrecked out,
Ah,
causing the first safety car, and this is the second spin of the day.
as Acid
Well,
Masters
major
pits
spin.
for the wets. So,
Could it
same,
be time for the wets now?
but it might actually be because it's looking like it's a lot wetter now than it was before.
Sevlaflesh still out leading, but now this is gonna help Eat My Dust and Acid. Because they came in early and they're gonna catch up to these guys. They were at the back of the pack and they're taking a gamble, thinking that this strategy could work.
So the only person on the wets is Acid Masters, but was also Zayak.
Well, what
Ow.
I thought Eat My Dust came in for wets, but I guess he didn't. He may have
No.
just had wing damage or something.
Yeah, he had wing damage, so he pitted for that, but he has pitted for the inters. So the only person is Acid Masters, who might be doing a play here because it does seem to me like it would be around that time of wets.
As you can just see, Sevla just constantly having to twitch, like, move the steering wheel side to side to keep the car going straight, just based off of how much water there is on track.
As we see, safety car is in this lap, so we will get under racing as soon as Sevlaflare wants to after the bus stop or at the bus stop chicane.
Or possibly as soon as they reach the pits.
Yeah, or the racing line, because you can do that as we see Tom spinning at the back of the pack. Do not know what happened there.
I don't know either, but I do know that Mango still has the fastest lap of the race.
Mango will hold the fastest lap of the race no matter what I believe, because I don't think this rain will go away.
I don't think so either.
As we see Sev Lefebvre getting ready to go back underway for racing once again for the third time, and he's off.
He gets a good jump on Danny. I guess
As,
Danny just wasn't quite expecting it.
as Acid Masters is already up a position as Tom is on the grass and has a 3-second time penalty. As a few drivers are just about keeping it on track as it's getting very difficult to drive out there now. As we have yellow
right
flags.
Oh,
As
it is
Eat My Dust has spun.
possibly NYR and Eat My Dust because they both have fallen back.
Eat My Dust is just retired.
Did he do a Lando Norris by any
Yep.
chance?
He just went straight on into the barrier.
No safety car for that, surprisingly.
As we see Husky on the grass. Don't know what happened there.
We saw Tom get another penalty earlier. That gives him the most time penalty of the race at 6 seconds. Acid at 5. and then Not Sir Vapor, Alexis, and Husky all at 3. As Acid goes wide and Puon trying to get past Vacant.
Ooh.
And here comes Ickle. He's gonna get past Acid.
So Yuki is now up into P5 after his restart and is on the fight for P4, who is currently taken by King David, and he's all over the back of him already. As he just gets a little bit twitchy on the rear end as he's going to go around the outside.
Oh, and there's contact. Here comes Asterix now.
Asterix might get a run up and, no, it's a bit too far back at the moment as Alexis beats us into the pits. As we see Tano trying to now get back behind the Red Bull, as the Red Bull is also on the fight for P3 of Not So Vapor. As he's going to get alongside with him into turn 5, he's going to make it happen and make the move done.
Look at Sevlafleur. He's got 4.1 seconds ahead. Unless he wrecks it, he's got the win. But Yuki, he's making his overtake around Not Sir Vapor. Now chasing after King.
Yeah, he's gone. As Yuki getting very, very twitchy there. Ooh. Just trying to keep it on track and not in the wall like Eat My Dust, Zayak or D-Wood. But at the moment,
some shade towards the retired drivers.
Yeah, at the moment, Acid Masters might be on a right call here, because this rain is getting very tricky to drive in.
And these drivers may have to come in for the full wet soon.
As the rain is pouring down.
Sector 2 and Sector 3, who's that? Looks like Alexis at NYR. They might have had a hat there.
As we see Tano and David fighting with Danny in the bus stop chicane. King David has got the place on Danny. Tano tried to get the move and he's going to go down the dive bomb into turn 1 and he's going to make a stick and he's done it. Yuki like now into P3.
It seems like he's just using King David's path to forge his way through the field. Because he's been following him up into the podium spots, and now these two are going to try and chase down Sevlafleur,
who is 5.3 seconds away, just in about 2 laps now, which is crazy for him.
But there is the possibility of these two doing an undercut and gaining the extra time they need. As Mango! Oh, man.
As we have yellow flags as Vacant Haddock has spun it in Sector 2. Just after turn 7. As you see Tano Yuki again, just getting very twitchy on the rear end of Puon.
With about 10 laps remaining as well. Caution Sector 2, that is the Ferrari of NYR.
Husky was letting by his teammate go, I believe. Or he had damage, I'm not too sure.
Because NYR seemed to be a little off track there when I switched over to him.
King David and Tano are closing the gap on Sevlafleur, so we'll have to watch out for that. As Tom is going down the inside of Asterix, is going to work. He's going to have the outside, and then he's going to make the switchback work, possibly. It's
And
not gonna
Alexa's
work.
going way wide of battling Bacon as he just forces them right off.
Oh, there's a bit of contact there, but Vacant does pit anyway.
Along with Husky, NYR stays out, now chasing after Alexis, who has a full battery, may I add.
Acid Masters is getting closer, I should say, I believe, to Ikubiku, I think, but he is losing time on the straights. So it will be good to see what he can do.
That may be because he's using more arrow, though, looking at that there's going to be rain in the race, might as well throw some arrow on.
As Knots of
It
Vapor gets a
might save
really,
us a little there.
it's had a really bad exit out of one of the corners in Sector 2, I can't name them, into the no-name corner.
Around Puon, he's got Asterix behind him now, as he goes off getting another 3-second penalty.
Well, it just really isn't some drivers' days with penalties. As Asterix is all over the back of him now.
Well, we
As we
know
have
that.
yellow flags in Sector 2 because of Alexis Beast by the looks of it. But we do have almost a free-wide situation going on here.
Between
Tom, Asterix and Knots of Vapor.
yeah, I wasn't sure if you're looking at the same guys as I am. But
As Knots of Vapor and Asterix pit, but Knots of Vapor is just going to spin. No damage dealt, so good for him. As everyone is going to be pitting for the wets, because it is getting hard.
This is helping out Acid really, really well, or really good.
As Acid Masters has also moved up a place on Ikubiku.
And he's going to continuously move up places, and he will gain the lead as well because Several Flare is not far enough ahead to actually.
And Acid has just made a move on Tom as well. So he's moved up 2 positions in 1 lap. Is this the time to pit for the wets?
I believe so. Because it's getting very slippery out on track right now, and you can see it from how greasy the track looks as Acid does get a little twitchy out of the corner there, and he's going into Puon now. But I do believe it's time for the wets as the track looks really greasy, and there's probably a lot of standing water.
It's getting harder for drivers to keep the car on track. But Acid Masters might be on for a really good position here after pitting earlier for the wets.
Well, Seville Flair is not going to come out in first after his pit stop. He does not have that time gap to Acid. But what he can do is try and close up to him.
Well, they are not going to pit just yet anyway.
He may think he still has some life in these tires.
Acid is now in P4, and he is 9.8 seconds off the top 3. So will Acid Masters be able to catch up and get a podium out of this?
Most likely, he's got the pace. Maybe not so much on the straights, but when it comes to the corners, he has the pace to just catch right up to the podium positions, and he's able to push the car to get the podium.
As Ikubiku is looking for the outside of Tom, but is not going to work this lap. Around that corner, around turn 5. As we also see King David pulling in Seb Leclerc a few tenths per lap now. So this could get very interesting as Yuki gets very sideways. So as the rain drops heavy on the drivers, we have Seb Leclerc in the lead, being pulled in by King David and Yuki, and a very, very quick Mercedes catching up around 2 seconds a lap as we
Sector
have
2
Mango
caution.
and NYR.
Both of them around. They must have made contact in what corner is that? Puan?
Yeah, Puon. As Tano, well, Yuki pits for his wet tyres as it is definitely time for the wets because this rain is getting very heavy now.
Well, that's definitely going to help him against the 2 cars ahead of him.
Don't forget, we are on lap 17 out of 22, so not many laps to go as Yuki will be dropped down to P6. So will we
But
see the front
you
two
also
pit any time?
you have to also keep an eye out on that everyone ahead of him but Acid Masters is still on the inters. Most cars, including now NYR, are probably going to opt for the wets as it's just too wet to stay on the inters.
The inters are not made for this kind of weather, as Severflare and now King David are within a second almost. So whether Severflare is having to drive slower because of how wet it is, or King David is just that much quicker in this condition.
As Husky gets another 3-second time penalty.
Oof. It's now down 0.5 tenths now. So this could get very interesting as Acid Masters is pulling them in as well quickly
Ooh.
as the laps go by.
And Tom with a 3-second as well. He now has, I believe, 9 seconds of penalties unless he served one.
Severflare and King David do not pit, so they are very content with being out there in this condition.
They may think that they're going to be able to keep the tires, or keep the car straight, but Acid now within 8.7 of the 2 leaders.
Oh, as they both
As
go very
Yuki
wide out of Varion. So they are not able to keep on track almost.
and Yuki getting past Ickle. He's now chasing after Tom, and then he wants to chase after the Mercedes of Acid Masters while he's chasing after King David and Seth LaFleur.
This could get very interesting very quickly as Tano easily gets by Tom as well into turn 5, 6 and 7.
There's been a lot of penalties in this race, but makes sense with how wet it's been as both lead cars, Seth LaFleur and King David, go slightly off track around Puan.
Yeah, the gap is now down to 7 seconds, 6.8. As I say that, it's coming down very quickly because these conditions are getting very hard. As
And
Seb Lafleur has spun it, has lost damage.
as well as Husky in the back spun it. So Seb LaFleur around. If King David can hold on to this, if he thinks he can, he may be the winner, and he is a reserve driver, if I'm not mistaken.
There we go. We are back after a very little disconnect with my controller.
Well, as I was saying, after the spin with Seven Flares, he's out, and Yuki's around on the front straight.
So the gap is also now down to 4.4 with Asamasas and King David. So,
but if King David can stay ahead, he can get the win, and if I am correct, he is a rookie driver.
I believe he is the reserve driver for Red Bull today. And the gap is just coming down. It's Tano with a 3-second time penalty. 3.3 is the gap now. As we see Seven Flares AI car just retire for him, as he retired in the pit lane. As the gap is now 2.7.
Not Sir Vapor, another time penalty. He could get disqualified if he's not careful.
2.4 is just reeling him in now. This is... Acid Masters is for the win right now. If he carries on like this.
But King David still should be able to get the podium. But if he wins as a reserve, he may have a chance to get a better seat as an actual driver instead of a reserve.
Possibly if there is a seat available, which I do not know. But this is... It's down to 2.2 seconds. And we are in our last 3 laps of this race.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I thought he had this at first, but now I'm a little skeptical. Because it's definitely gonna be a lot difficult to keep ahead of a car that's on a lot faster tires than you.
Gap is down 1 second in one corner already. So he is beating that time. And just reeling him in, getting ready for the next lap. I will probably presume he will catch him up and hopefully pass. As Icklebickle and as we see Tano with no front wing.
And Icklebickle with the penalty as well.
As Yuki is able to just keep ahead of Icklebickle without a front wing somehow, as the gap is now...
That may be because of the tires, as Mango gets another penalty.
The gap is now 0.3 of a second. This is the battle for P1 and presumably the win. Well, Acid Masters.
It looks like it's going to go Acid Masters' way, but King David may still defend. Husky another time penalty, bringing him to 9 seconds along with Sir Vapor and Tom.
Oof. So we'll go on board with Acid Masters into the bus stop, see what he can do. He's a bit too far back.
Using a little bit of VRS. 8th gear, he's not going to make the dive bomb just yet. First gear coming out of the corner.
He's going to get the better traction. He has the better traction. He's alongside with King David around the outside.
He's shifting early, so that might be what's giving him the traction.
He can't make it just yet, so this... They're going to go up Eau Rouge and rally on. Will King David make a mistake? He's had to lift off very much. And Acid Masters just breezes by.
Way off the track. So this could give Yuki with no front wing a
Acid
podium-paying position.
King David's fought back and reclaimed P1. So this
He
might be...
thinks he has the pace. He's defending up the inside. There's a spin in Sector 1. That would be Husky. Or no, sorry, not Husky. That would be...
As Acid Masters
Alexis.
Acid
Thank
Masters
you.
has now reclaimed P1 again, as King David goes way off track and is losing time now, and might have to just
It's
give
over
up.
now. But Yuki up into P3 with no front wing.
Wow. He's gone very wide there indeed, but he
But he
does
has
have
a
a 3
3-second...
second.
Yeah, so unless Danny spins or gets a penalty, it is not going to really be a podium for the McLaren driver of Yuki today.
Acid Masters will have to gain 4 seconds in this next lap if he wants to keep P1. So is that even going to be possible for the Mercedes driver?
Well, he's on the superior tire right now, and he was able to gain a lot of time to catch up to him before, and now with the open, or the clean air, I do believe it will be possible for Acid.
Mellison said, "So dirty, man. Come on, man." I don't know what part you're saying that to, or who about. I'm not 100% sure, but
I what?
do not know. As King David is bringing that gap down at optics. He spins me out. Oh. So the gap now is 2.0 actually. But can he gain 3 seconds as
And there's a
Optics
caution.
retires?
Optics, yeah, he's out. King David, he's still within 2.4. He may actually gain the win here. And Pano, he may fall out of the points, or fall out of the podium, sorry, if Danny doesn't spin this lap, or gain a penalty.
Unless Acid Masters gets that 5-second penalty removed in the incidents after the race, King David will be the winner most likely. But as we see Acid Masters coming out of the final corner for the final time, and crosses the line.
He's going to win on track, but going to drop him down to P2. Tano down to P4 after this.
King David wins. He's won the Belgium Grand Prix at the moment, unless that penalty gets removed. Danny will be P3. Tano P4 with a broken front wing. Well done to him. Ickle Bickle up into P5.
The biggest mover of the race is Danny Stillers with 13 positions up. Second best is Not Sir Vapor and King David.
As we see Alexis Beast cross the line for P10. NYR crosses the line and does a dramatic spin for P11. Husky is the last person to cross the line for P12 for another dramatic spin as well. Your driver of the day will be probably
Acid Master, surprisingly.
according to the game, Acid Masters.
But I think that should have
Oh,
went to Danny. I'm gonna be completely honest. He gained 13 positions in the race, got on a podium thanks to a penalty, but he still showed that he was capable of moving his car throughout the field.
so then, King David wins the Belgium Grand Prix with Acid Masters in P2 and Danny Stillers from P16 in P3. And the only people to retire in the race were D. Wood, Zayek, Eat My Dust, and Seville Fair. So that was LSR at Belgium
What an
for,
insane race!
yeah, crazy race with the wets and the inters playing out that way.
Mango is yeah, we don't talk about Mango. Just
Yeah,
don't talk about Mango. Anyways, tomorrow
is
at
Group
around the
2.
same time is Group 2 at Miami. I will not be taking place because I hate Miami.
Miami is a good track, so to me
It's
anyway.
it's my least favorite track. I'm gonna be completely out there with it. It was okay at the beginning, and then I just didn't enjoy it anymore.
Well then, we will see you guys tomorrow for Group 2, and Group 1 will be back next week.
At Canada,
Oh, that should be a good race to
I
have.
I may I may reserve for that race. I don't know yet.
Oh, so we will see you next tomorrow or next week. Goodbye.